Hey guys, it's Bailey and welcome back to the channel for what is going to be a review of some lip products from Bdellium Tools. You might remember me talking about their brushes a couple times here on the channel. I love their brushes. They're relatively affordable for the quality you get. And they now have lip products, but as far as color cosmetics goes, it's just lip products for now. Each of these retails for $10. There are 7 shades in the entire range, and I got these from Octoly. I naturally, having only ever tried their brushes, was really intrigued when I saw they made lip pencils, so here we are. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's first start with the shades. I'm going to describe the shades and then I'm going to talk about the formula towards the end. Let's start with nudes. I always like, I just tend to go lightest to darkest. So that's the order we're going to do this in. First we have In the Nude, which is a mauve-y leading nude. All of these are pretty pigmented though. I think you'll notice that they do create an opaque layer on my lips. They leave a nice balmy sheen. And In the Nude in particular has a light pink mauve-y undertone. It's a little cool leaning for those with warm undertones. I think this might be a dead nude for those with warmer undertones. For those with neutral, which I have, or cooler, might find this is a great nude for them. Next up is Helen of Troy. It is a true dusty rose, has lots of those beautiful mauve-y undertones, but I would say it's a medium shade. It's not quite as light as the nude, but it's definitely not like a deep mauve. Then there is Sinister Rouge, kind of continuing on with the cooler purpley undertones. This is a beautiful deep plum. Next up is the shade I'm wearing on my lips right now. This is Pink Cadillac. Obviously it is pink, but it definitely has cooler blue undertones as opposed to like warmer corally reds. But overall just a really fun kind of bubblegummy pink. Up next is a red called Lil Red. It is a blue based, really true red, very vibrant on the lips, really a classic looking red with that beautiful balmy sheen. And then there are 2 warmer shades here. One is, I was recently wearing this, it was like a bright coral lip in, was my product regrets? I think it was my product regrets video. This is what I was wearing. It's called Cadumant Orange, and it really is just this beautiful, it has that hint of pink in it, so I would say more beyond just orange, it's a true coral, but very, very vibrant. And then the last shade in the line is called Marilyn, and I'm assuming it is because it's a signature kind of more toned down coral shade. There's really not a huge difference between that and the Cadumant Orange that I just talked about. I would just say that Marilyn is a little bit more subdued, a little, not necessarily deeper, just not quite as bright. Has maybe more of a hint of red and less of an orange. As far as the shade range goes, I think there are some really beautiful shades within here, but they definitely skew cooler. Almost all of the undertones in here are blue, cool mauve, things like that, and so some might find that if cool, either like they don't prefer cooler, bluer undertones, or they just find that it doesn't flatter them, they might not find a whole lot within this line that works for them just because this seems to overall lean on the cooler side. But there are those shades like the Marilyn and Orange that are just warm and beautiful. Now onto the formula. Obviously you can see just from me here and the application that you saw, these have a balmy finish, but they are intensely pigmented and they have a lot of great slip to the lips, so they really do feel like a true balm, but they have that pigmentation and they're very nourishing, which is what they are supposed to be. The formula includes shea butter, so it really is supposed to hydrate and nourish the lips. I personally find it does, but as a result of that, beautiful balmy sheen, it's not going to have incredibly long-lasting wear time. The pigments, or at least the more pigmented shades, stain my lips a little bit, not too intensely though. Like I do find it's easy to wipe off. Obviously the finish comes with it and the formula does too, but not a whole lot of the pigment sticks around after the fact. So I do find myself needing to reapply these every 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on the kind of like wear and tear I'm putting on my lips, eating, snacking, drinking, things like that. But the packaging really allows you to take these on the go and apply them relatively conveniently. Just pop in the bathroom, especially if you're wearing one of the more pigmented shades, you definitely need a mirror, but they have the tapered crayon tips that you can really get a more precise application. That being said, they are automatic, so it's not like you can put these in a pencil sharpener to get that same precise tip. Once wears down, you do need to figure out a solution for that, but the automatic packaging does make it easy to dispense product as you start wearing it down. Overall, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the line. I think the biggest draw for me is the combination of pigment that you get with nourishment. You know, like a lot of kind of glossy balms out there will give you pigment, but it's more of a stain and is still sheer. This, you get full coverage, so if you have uneven pigmentation, anything like that, it's really going to cover that up, and it's not going to sink into fine lines in doing so. That being said, the shade range is still currently a little limited. Like I said, it's a little biased towards the cooler berry tones, mauve tones, but if you find a shade in here that really strikes your fancy, I recommend you checking them out. At $10, it's not going to absolutely break the bank, and they really do their jobs well at hydrating the lips. So that is it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed this video and seeing all these swatches. I'd love to hear if you've tried them, what shades you're most interested in trying, things like that. Let me know in the comments below. Besides that though, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in my next video. Bye guys.